So, did you guys enjoy my intro? I really cannot express enough of how I felt when I first started playing the game. Rainworld is the game where it takes the word unique in a literal standpoint. Rainworld is basically Animal Planet the video game. Rainworld is the game where Markiplier teased their fans of doing a whole series by calling it a part 1, but hasn't made a part 2 for a whole 6 years. And funny enough, today that I found out and realized that the Rainworld Downpour DLC is going to be added to the console version of Rainworld exactly on July 11. The game profile went from this to this right after it got updated. And when the Downpour DLC got added into the game, it's $5 cheaper and 2 gigabytes more than the original game. Now I got this game when it was on a sale for 50% off the original price, $10 except for $20, so I just took the opportunity and buy it. And notice that it says 1.62 gigabytes, but then now the game is saying it's 2.52 gigabytes. It doesn't really bother me, but I find it kind of weird that it just changed after the add-on. Now you might be asking yourself, what convinced you in the first place to playing this game? Well, it was this guy, Foekoe. He made an entire video talking about you need to play Rainworld Downpour. I didn't watch too much of it because I'm starting to have the interest of playing this game in the first place just from watching the video. And then I also found out that Markiplier played this game. I even made a tweet where I said, should I be concerned that he hasn't done a part 2? I then made a video talking about the game titled, I've never played this game before. A couple of months ago, I saw this tweet that popped up in my feed by Humble Bundle saying, explore interconnected worlds and discover the secrets of these must-play Metroidvania games. One being Hollow Knight, Rainworld, and Lost Ruins. I then make a tweet saying, I was thinking of playing Rainworld. And then they responded to my tweet saying, sounds like fate to us. This person going by the name of Andrew made a reply to my tweet saying, do it. Just know that you need to have nerves of steel or extreme persistence. I made a tweet adding Humble Bundle and Akupara Games saying, y'all think I'm scared? When I read the words nerves of steel or extreme persistence, I thought it meant that you're gonna get jump scared, you're gonna be frightened, you're probably gonna have nightmares. I even saw an article made by CBR saying Hollow Knight fans will love Rainworld. And then I make a tweet saying, I guess, yeah, sure, I'll give it a go. Back in 2020, Foekoe made a video talking about Rainworld and calling it an underappreciated gem. And funny enough, when I was searching up Foekoe's name on the Twitter search bar, his name popped up in a tweet by the official Rainworld Twitter account because he was part of a Rainworld Downpour streamer compilation. You lucky bastard. Alright, so with all that being said, let's get on to the video. Now before the Rainworld Downpour DLC was added, you have the option to play as either 3 of the characters being selected. One of them is the monk, weak of body but strong of spirit, and 2 of the mysteries of the world and empathetic to its creatures. Your journey will be significantly more peaceful one. You can play as a survivor, the original character when you start playing Rainworld before it got updated. A nimble omnivore, both predator and prey, lost in a harsh and indifferent land. You must make your own way with wit and caution as your greatest assets. And then you got the hunter, strong and quick with a fierce metabolism requiring a steady diet of meat. But the stomach won't be your only concern, as the path of the hunter is one of extreme peril. To sum it up, this is easy mode, normal mode, and hard mode for the game. So for me, I played as a survivor because that's the character that you originally played once you first started playing Rainworld when it got released back in 2017. Now, I'm going to be completely unbiased and as honest as I can be. When I first started playing Rainworld for the first 60 minutes, I just wasn't having a good time. I mean, yeah, the controls were right there to tell you what you have to do, where to go, but it legit felt like I just wasted $10 of a game that I got curious into playing, and now I'm stuck into thinking that I wasted $10 of my money because I thought this game would be interesting. I kept dying and dying over and over. I kept going to a farther place and ended up dying either because of those kaijus or crocodiles, however you call them. The rain was coming by, or I didn't have enough food and I'm trying to get some food and I keep dying. I gotta give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Ashewolf, for coming into one of my streams, because if it wasn't for him giving me some backseat tracking, giving me some tips and just some things that I would want, that I need to know before I started playing the game, I would have been stuck on this map for like, let's say 5 episodes. If it wasn't for him helping me, I would have just ended the series and would have done like a whole rant as to why I hate Rainworld. Like, the game is bad because you know nothing and you can barely understand what's going on because words aren't being shown. It's just images and you gotta figure out everything by yourself, what to do, where to go, what's this, what's that. It's just a game that you have to figure out all on your own. I made a tweet where I said, even if there is a sequel, I'm not playing Rainworld 2. But then when I started to have fun playing playing the game, I said, I like to take back everything I said. Aqua Power Games, you want to eat a Whopper with me? When I went to Shaded Citadel, this was the place that got me confused, got me wondering if I went the wrong way. There's two different ways that you can go to find the alien, which I will talk about later on. There's two options to go to. One is the easy way and the other one is the harder way. I went to the harder route because I didn't want to get stuck. And when I got to the harder route, all I saw was pitch black darkness. You got the koalas being the nightlight for you. And then you got these blind scorpion looking kaijus that are there to find you based on movement. That place alone is the sole reason why, as I'm thinking to myself, I think I'm lost. I probably screwed it up. Maybe I have to do a new save. One of my subscribers did say that I am going the right route. It's just that you chose the harder way. And then he said in the chat that it's okay if you don't want to play anymore. I ended up not playing the game for a good 3 weeks.
A few moments later,
I got back to playing Rain World. I got out of that hard level, managed to do some progress at least. Then I got curious as to see what the map looks like. I saw a community post on Steam talking about the maps and such. And then something caught my eye into me thinking that I'm close to beating the game. I made a tweet on Twitter where I said, I need some Rain World superfan or nerd to clarify me this. This is a screenshot of the guides of the game in a Steam post I searched up. I'm close on shoreline. Does this mean that I'm this close to beating the game? I ended up making a public video on my YouTube channel talking about this specific post, and right after I made that video, I got a lot of corrections, a lot of people telling me these tips, people telling me that technically you're not actually beating the game, you have to do this and that. And then right after I found this out reading the comments, I was frustrated, and I'm not gonna lie to you, because I thought I was gonna be officially done with this game, and it turns out that I was wrong. But it's a good thing that I got clarified that I was wrong, because if I followed my own guts, I would have been looking stupid on one of my live streams. I made 2 live streams. Reason why I say 2 live streams is because the first live stream was 20 minutes because my internet was being bad, and the second live stream, it ended up being a lot longer than my previous live stream. It was pretty hectic, I'm not gonna lie, because I kept dying and dying and dying for the most part, trying to make it to the other way. But at least there's some good news. I ended up getting 2 trophies. But first I gotta talk about this trophy where you gotta survive 5 times to get to the 5th karma. Passage. I freaking got it. The Survivor. My first one. Including this trophy where you can't kill any creature during your run. And this one after you get to meet the alien. For the most part, I kept on dying on the same places over and over, and for me being too stubborn to not take a break and chill out, I kept on going because I'm so determined to get past the next stage. Kept on dying to the same creatures, got jump scared from different creatures. So fast forward, I'm onto this place called The Lake. With me being on Cycle 71, one of my subscribers said that right after I reached to this place, this is one of the hardest levels to get by. And it's not just you trying to carefully get the berries to get enough food just so you can sleep the next time once you do your next cycle. It's this part that aggravates me the most. You gotta be so persistent and so precise with the jumps and make sure that everything counts and everything matches with your jumps, because one wrong move and you could die from fall damage. You have to make this jump and you have to be so careful because one way or another you're gonna fall or you're gonna make it to the pole. And even this part, because you don't know if there's gonna be 1 or 2 kaijus and you don't know which vine you're taking is gonna be the right one to get to where you have to go. Fast forward, I'm on this part where you have to find one of those caterpillar looking, long tongue looking bugs. I don't know what they are. I really don't care what their name is. You have to use them to grab hold into one of the rocks to make it to the other part, to the next part. And I want you to look at this. Like, this just looks so unfair. You think you could go up there, but there's a rock in between it. Just look at the map. Even at a first attempt, I know you failed at this. I would be a liar if I told you that it took me a long time to get there. And it's just that you gotta be so persistent with the jumps, with the movement. Make sure you're using your time correctly. Developers, you guys are evil for making this. And even if things were going to plan, once one of those bugs gets stuck to you, it's gonna take a long time for you to get unstuck from that. And it's gonna ruin your run to try and get over to the next stage. Like, how? How can you get out of this situation? It's already ruined for you. After many tries of me dying and me just trying to get through this just so I can do a little bit of progress, at least some progress. You gotta press the X button twice because I'm using controller and not on keyboard, just so you can use the bug to get to where you have to go, just so you can look like Spider-Man doing a swing. You gotta swing just right, make sure that everything is okay, make sure everything is planned, because one wrong move and you gotta do the whole thing again. No wonder only 0.4% of players got to platinum this game. I was being so careful by using the bug to get to where I have to go, and I finally got out of that horrendous of a freaking painstaking level that at least I did some progress and got to see what's next. I finally got to the next part of this level that took me so long to do, and I was so relieved that at least I got at least some progress done. And as soon as I was about to get to the checkpoint, there was gonna be a kaiju that was gonna bite me right there, but at least I got to there swiftly, and it's a good thing that it didn't went inside my home. Right after I woke up from my hibernation and gave the kaiju some grenades to eat on, the kaiju tried to take a bite out of me, but I made it to get out safely, and as I was going up the pole, I saw something unholy. What the hell even is this thing? Wow, so I guess turns out I still got a long way to go. Also, I managed to dodge and remove myself from getting killed by this blueberry octopus. The Xbox blueberry face octopus came in for round 2, but with my quick thinking skills, I managed to use my spear as a little step to grab hold and to go to the next place. Now, this is new to me because I've never gotten this far, let alone trying to make it past through the hideous SCP of a monster that was trying to get me. I was proud of myself to getting through that. Then I have to go from pole to pole, platform to platform to get to the next place, but looky who's over there. Had to try again, and it just looks so creepy and it sounds so disgusting. I don't know how the developers managed to pull off with the sound effects of this creature. I mean, right on, but Jesus Christ, I was feeling tingles on my spine trying to get away from this creature. Like, just look at this thing. How is this your favorite monster of this game? I know you're lying to me. That is just disgusting. Jesus Christ. I'm not even trying to make a joke here. I don't know how many times I died to this Xbox blueberry octopus looking of a SCP creature, but I know for sure that I've just had enough with all this trial and error. Until finally I got past this part without the octopus looking blueberry SCP creature just went in front of it just to spawn camp and kill me. But turns out that this guy was up top. You have to be so patient to wait for the blueberry octopus SCP creature to get by just so you can climb up. And look at me hesitating because you don't know if he's gonna be up there waiting to kill you. Until when I got to the other side, I got a bit too curious and look who's over there. But, you know, since this is Rain World. And then I said enough is enough. I'm going to try to force myself to get by, get through, and hopefully get to the other side and not let this blueberry octopus get by. After a lot of patience and being too stubborn to admit that maybe it's not time to continue, I finally got past this. And I'm walking across this bridge and look what I see. A checkpoint. 4 bars on food, and until my next journey, I'm gonna see what's up next. I was starting to question, how did I get myself in there? And I'm even confused myself, because now that I got to this house, where should I go next? My original plan was to get some berries to fill up my stomach before I go. So, yeah. Off we go. I knew it was already going to be an issue when I got there because you're trying to find a way to get out of this behemoth size of a blueberry octopus. So I guess every kaiju comes from every color of the rainbow, huh? You're kidding me, right? Right? Like, you're joking. I managed to get myself up there, but look who's at the bottom trying to ruin my plan. Now, good news, I managed to get my way in there, but look who's up front. I I did my little trick where I would go in and out, whether or not if an enemy is gonna come by, and just to try not to get myself killed because I'm in a tough situation right now. Got to the other side and it says I'm at the Underhang. I'm just following the kaiju to hopefully not get eaten, and this is where I just met death at first glance. Okay, time to do this all again. The thing that I'm lacking a lot of is patience and trying to be slick because it detects your movements depending on what you bump into. This part was tough for me because you're trying not to hit a bunch of stuff and also not trying to get grabbed by the tentacles and also not trying to get eaten. Otherwise, you have to do this whole thing again. I was getting pretty frustrated. Until finally I made it back here to where I was before, but now I gotta figure out how to dodge these candy corn kaijus. So this took a while. A long time, I should say. But when I kept moving forward while I was in the underhang, the kaijus weren't in front of me, which gave me the opportunity to keep moving forward and hopefully I won't mess this up. And it's nerve-wracking too, because one little slight mess up, either you're too close or you jump a little too much and the run is over, then you gotta do the entire thing again. Then you have to go to this loop-de-loop parkour of a little course just to get from the first side to the other side to where you have to go, which seemed pretty ridiculous. And then right here, this particular moment almost ruined my run. Are you serious right now? So now I have a problem. I'm trying to make it out to the other side without even getting grabbed by the tentacles, but even though I try to make my plan work, I still got killed. Okay, time to do this all over again. I wasn't gonna let the kaijus get in front of me, so I took the risky move and went forward into the path as they were going to me. I want you guys to take a look at how close I was to dying. Don't even ask me how I was able to pull this off. So now I'm trying to figure out how can I maneuver my way and try not to get killed by this blueberry octopus. I had to think quickly on this one, so I threw one of my spears at one of his tentacles. I slowly went up to the teleporter, and without thinking, I moved in as soon as he was moving to the other side. And somehow I am still moving. At this moment, it was just a race against time because you don't know if the creatures are gonna pull from above, from below, to the side, so you gotta choose which teleporter goes to where and where can I go to make it to the next place. And once again, I did a risky move and I somehow pulled this off. Now again, this was a good try though, but I didn't make it to the other side. Got back to the bridge of the underhang, and once again, don't ask me how I was able to do this. I was just trusting my own instincts. I haven't gotten this far, and I'm trying to slowly get my way down and go into one of the poles and hopscotch my way to the other side. Now you see me hesitating because after I pulled off this perfect run, there's no way I'm able to do this again. I'm slowly going to one of the poles and then jump my way to get to the other, but you're gonna see why I'm calling this the Indiana Jones run. Now luckily, I was able to get past through all the poles and go to the other side, so where I need to go next. I'm proud of myself for managing to get by those obstacles and trying to keep myself alive and still having time to get by, and hopefully that there is a checkpoint while I'm moving forward, because again, right as I was up to here, I really can't tell whether or not I'm going to make it far or I have to do this entire thing again. Alright, now I'm confused. Where do I go? Alright, guess I gotta go up there then. As I got up to here, I'm paranoid because you don't know what's gonna come up and you don't know what's gonna kill you, what's gonna attack you. You're in a new place, you managed to get this far, and your main key is just to survive, dodge the obstacles, at least get through and get past through the enemies just so you can get to the checkpoint and see if there is one. On the ledge, there's a symbol of a checkpoint, but look how close I was to dying over here. I'm just at disbelief that I'm still moving. Got into the last pole, I have to carefully make my jump over there, and would you look at that? A checkpoint. I don't know how I managed to pull this entire thing off, but I did. Until someone in my chat said I need 5 karma to get by. And at this part I was hesitating because you have so little space on that pole to make the perfect jump and then to get to the next one to climb up. I'm using my spear to use as a little stepping stool to get to the square, but it didn't end up the way I wanted to. If you've seen my stream, I was grunting like this was a real life situation because I'm on the second karma. Now, my plan is to scavenge some food around this entire arena, get to the 5th karma, and then get by. It was nerve-wracking because you see the kaijus and then you see those big gaps of death, and one wrong jump and you gotta start this whole thing all over again. I know that I keep saying that a lot in every stage that I go to, but it's just that every time you're in a new place, you have to be aware of your surroundings every single time you walk, you jump, you leap, you move forward, you crawl. Every time you move, you have to make sure that you are still alive. And if you're capable of doing this and that, if the road is blocked or you gotta fight your way out of it, like I said, this is basically Animal Planet the video game. Doing this repeatedly until you get to the 5th karma is tough at first glance because you're trying to keep yourself alive. You're making sure that every jump matches with where you're going to, let alone trying to make it to your destination. And once you die, you gotta repeat that entire thing again, but you gotta go to a different place whether or not there's gonna be enemies that are trying to kill you. Now I want you to guess what happened. Just guess. I'll wait. You really never know, no matter how precise you try to time your jumps, and even if you got the right momentum, there's still gonna be some way that you're gonna mess it up. And finding food was hard too, because you don't know if there's gonna be one of these guys in your way while you're trying to find at least a berry. So I went to the same place where I was, and I got curious as to wondering, what does this entire path lead to? I see some symbols in the bag, which I know it means something. Then I see some berries that I'm able to use just so I can keep on sleeping to get to the 5th karma. I keep moving forward and I see this bright red color as I continue to keep going, and to me it feels like I'm going to the hunter's cave. As I got over there, I was hesitant to know what is on the other side, and they weren't even joking. I need to be at 5th karma to get by. So it was a bummer, but also informative that I need to get to 5th karma to get by. So I have to make sure that I gather enough food to continue with my next hibernation, and to also, hopefully I won't die the next time I make a jump to get from one side to the other. So let's just hope that we don't die as we continue to farm and get to the 5th karma. Alright, today is the day. I have now officially reached this place called 5 Pebbles. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's just that I still couldn't believe that I managed to get farther and farther and farther than when I previously was, and I still managed to keep on going. As soon as I kept going higher, this blew my mind. There is a freaking level that you can float on. Dude, just look at me. I'm flying. Whee! But then I also realized it's gonna be tough for me to get from one place to another without going adrift, for example, like right over here. I'm not even joking when I'm saying this. Exploring through this entire level felt like I was in a scene of Interstellar. It was pretty fun to float around in this level, but it was also tough to go from one place to another and get to the next place on this level because you don't know whether or not you're going to be floating around in circles. Then you got to wait to stop spinning, grab onto something, and then push yourself to where you got to go. Discovering this entire map alone was an experience because after going from the outskirts to Shaded Citadel, then going to the 3 hardest levels, the leg, the underhang, and the exterior, floating around in this map just made me have a joyous feeling, okay? Like I'm finally having fun playing the game after going through all this hell and now I made it here. It just felt like I was swimming, but without the water. Who is this red long spaghetti shrimp looking mother? Hell no. To the nah. Apparently these guys are friendly, but after spending over 20 hours of this game, I just couldn't trust what I see. You can tell just from me discovering this entire map, I was having a lot of fun over here. Until the unthinkable happened. You mean to tell me that I gotta go through all of that? I got past it luckily, but after I went inside, all I see is a bunch of shaking, and I clicked it too fast that I didn't even see that it was called 5 Pebbles Unfortunate Development. Well, since I don't have enough food to hibernate, logically I will go to a place to see if there's food. When I got up to here, this legit felt like I was in Interstellar. I found out that when the light goes from green to red, the gravity turns on and shuts down, and this is where I died here. Now, I was having fun. I took an entirely different route to find some food, and those flying fishes, which I now know they're called memories, can be used not only for food, but as a benefit for myself as well. Now remember when I said that the fishes can be used for food, but also as a benefit for myself? When you eat one of those fishes, you can turn as a flashlight because there's going to be some dark rooms that you're going to encounter. I made it out of that level, but this part also has a section where the gravity turns on and it turns off. So it's going to be harder for me to get up there without even trying to fall. I also didn't even expect who was going to be up there. This was cool, beautiful, creepy, and challenging at the same time because again, you see all those bright colors, you see the creatures floating around, but you also have to remind yourself the gravity turns on and off, so you have to be careful to where you have to go. Yeah, very, very unpleasant. I went back to the place that had the checkpoint just to rest up and prepare for myself to where I have to go next. The first way that I thought it'd be cool to go was down here, and well, I met my demise in a very quick manner. So then I decided to go to the other way. Also, the theme in this part of the level was intense too. I want you guys to hear the sound of this thing. Is that what a black hole sounds like? Okay, this part of the level just looks like I'm just swimming through an infected microchip. Like, this just looks like something that is part of a computer that just got broken off. Tell me that does not look like something you would see when a computer is broken. I'm having fun with this level too, because you're just floating around, hanging on, hopefully not dying to those things. Even this part of the level too, I don't know if this is a mirror or a little hole of a creature of something. I'm gonna have to watch some sort of video describing the lore of Rain World, which I haven't done yet. It's a good thing that I ate the fish not just for food supply to hibernate, but to also use myself as a flashlight to guide myself throughout the entire level, because you can see the attention to detail for this level. And also when it comes to dark places, you can't even find yourself where you have to go next. For example, like this one, and if I have not eaten it, I could have gone to the red light and I could have died. Now it just started to feel like a maze, because yeah, it's cool to float around and see what's up, but then again, you're just trying to find your way out. Now yes, this is fast forward, but I want you guys to see how long it's taking me to just at least make the accurate move to go inside. It's in my live stream. You can watch it right now on the Rain World playlist that I have on my channel. But trust me, I was struggling to get to those teleporters on every single section of the level without even floating away and waiting for myself to touch the wall and bounce myself off. I go into these rooms, and every single room that I've been into that has these creatures just felt like I was in a fish tank. It's cool to look at, but also kind of weird, but also mesmerizing in a way. Let's say that Markiplier made a full playthrough of playing Rain World and he's gotten to this part of the game. He could have been having so many reactions to this, but then again, we never know if he's ever gonna do a episode 2 or an episode 3 of this game. Sorry about that, didn't mean to do it. What the frick is this, Subnautica? There's another one of these things, what? Just passing through this entire level felt like I was going through an art museum, okay? Like, it's so weird, it's uniquely formed, but it's eye-catching. And now I'm on to this part, and it felt like I'm inside a computer virus. I go a bit higher, and holy... That's the distorted version of the Rain World intro. I can't shut up about this because it feels like you're inside a moving art portrait. The music is kind of distorted, but it also fits with the level. I can see why Video Called and Aquapara Games spent 6 years making this game. After bouncing around the entire level once again, I asked one of my subscribers if this is the place where I have to go, and they said yes, and there I went. Hey, how you doing? And then after that, she's typing these symbols that I really don't know what it's talking about. I'm guessing this just looks like the map that she's showing me. After that, she starts to scan me. Hey, look at that. I have a brain. All of a sudden, I'm floating, and then she no-scopes me with this. And then I start to see dialogue. She tells me that I am the little animal on the floor that keeps on going with this ongoing cycle of dying and trying again, doing this repeating pattern. And she's saying that her species is the one that I'm supposed to be looking for to find my way out of here. She tells me that she cannot help me during my path of finding my way home, but there is another way for me to get out of here. She tells me to go to the old path, go west past the farm arrays. What in the hell did I just witness? I went west as she said, went up the pole, and in this room there's a limited amount of gravity to where I'm going. When I was going up, I took a picture of every single one of these karma symbols because I thought it looked pretty cool. Used the spirit to open the popcorn, ate some popcorn before I did my hibernation, and then I went to sleep. But notice that my karma symbol looks very, very different. I still can't believe that I met the alien. Right after scanning myself and get past through this gate, I keep walking west, as what the alien told me to go to. This part of the level specifically just looks like a moving picture, okay? Just look at the buildings. They look like cinder blocks but stacked up. I go down to this teleporter to see where I have to go. Went up to this one and then I see this. Okay, I guess I gotta walk through this hallway again. There was a bunch of bats that flew by, and I didn't feel like grabbing one of them and eating them because it just feels like I'm close to beating the game. And here I am, the wall. The view is so beautiful. The sky looks like it's calling me. Did I just beat the game? Finally, after weeks and months of me playing this game, I finally... No, I didn't. I did not. Not at all. So then after eating the bats, even though I said I wasn't going to eat them, I went back to the checkpoint that I previously ignored just to make sure that I don't die in the same place again. I found out that after meeting 5 pebbles, you get 5 extra karmas. Alright, I guess I gotta survive and dodge these guys, I guess. And I feel dumb because when I got here, I thought that this was gonna be the final stretch, basically the last level you have to get to. Man, was I so wrong. So it did took me a while to get here. Found some berries that I could chew on. This entire thing just felt like an Indiana Jones level. Parkouring out of this map felt like I was getting out of a giant rusty Star Wars ship. How did I survive that?
Get you baited!
Finally, a checkpoint. Oh great, there's more. And here I am in Chimney Canopy. And do I even need to say anything about this level? I got like almost 3 hours of footage in this level, so I'm just gonna break it down. I know for sure you laughed at that. This entire level was just a maze. Is going up the right way? Oh, would you look at that? There's 2 vultures that want to kill me. I don't even know where I'm going. Am I even supposed to go this way? You gotta be freaking kidding me, dude. What in the Tetris 99? Okay, maybe this might be the right way. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, Iggy, I think I'm lost. If I die over here, I'm gonna have to do this entire thing again back to square one. Alright, just stay up there, staying alive, staying alive. Alright, let me just see where I have to go next. Holy gee! Okay, we got some long black spaghetti noodle creatures. Okay, friendly? Yeah, friendly? Alright. Nope, nope, you ain't catching me. Oh, are you really doing this? Yeah, stay there while I eat some popcorn. All right, time to jump. Just gotta time to jump. Make sure you don't fall. If only I knew where I was going. I'm out of here. Oh, jeez. Just go, just go, just go. I am not having fun at all. Is that an albino scavenger? I think I know where I'm going. Okay, go to the checkpoint so you don't have to do this entire thing again. All right, this is the way. Maybe I'm getting close. Making progress, making progress. It's just like, how do you, oh, I'm back to where I was. All right, good. There's a checkpoint. Aim where you have to kill the bug. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I barely have time. Is this where I have to go? Oh my god, no. So it turns out that I was lost and I was going the wrong way. After getting past through that horrendous parkour course, I finally made it to the place called Sky Islands. And I have exactly 17 minutes of footage that I can add in this video essay. I'm not gonna lie when I'm telling you this. I didn't think I would get this far to Sky Islands because after the trial and error, I kept dying multiple times. And after taking a 3-week break from this game, I finally got to this place. All right, I was nervous, a little bit overwhelmed, and I was like on the final stretch to finally beat this game. And of course, this place is new to me because I've never gotten this far. All right, like, the developers are evil to this because you got a risky move to go and hopscotch your way there to get some fruit. Come on. This took me a couple of tries to get here because you're trying not to get yourself killed and you also want to make there as quickly and as slick as possible. I wait for the scavengers to leave, which that took a while. Oh, would you look at that? If it isn't the vulture that keeps trying to ruin my plan to get to the other side. I died on this part multiple times because you have to be very careful with the jumps because that space of poles that you have to go to just to make it over there are so small and so nerve-wracking because you're trying not to die and you're trying not to let one of those enemies get into, for example, like the scavenger to try and ruin my run. I finally got inside, which was a big relief. I ate the yellow plant to save my karma just in case if anything bad happens. Went to the teleporter to see what's on the other side, and it's another scavenger? I was thinking to myself if I went the wrong way or is this the right way. So I did find the new place. It's just that I went the wrong way. Hey, sorry for barging into your house. And well, like I said, since this is Rain World, I would like to remind you guys that in order to get past through this gate, you have to be on the second karma. Now, you would think that since I got the flower and I misput my jump when I was trying to get there while doing my parkour skills, and you would think I would be more extra careful with the way I'm going. I want you guys to guess what happens next. So, now that you saw my demise, you know what that means, right? I gotta go out of the gates, go back to Chimney Canopy to get some fruits, to get some bats, to refuel my hunger level, just so I could hibernate and get to the second karma to get past. So then after continuously dying multiple times just to get some fruit, I went back to the part where I was last time, and here's the tricky part, okay? I wanted to get there fast enough in order for me to go to that little 3-square teleporter, but here's the thing. One wrong slip off with that jump and you're gonna go all the way down, you have to do the whole thing again. I walk forward to be aware if there's any enemies nearby, and look at where I have to go. I gotta be so precise with my jumps, as in like not miss an inch of where I have to go just so I don't have to fall. And as if I thought that this was gonna get any worse. So my guy just bounced because he saw me as an appetizer. So of course I'm confused and I'm trying to figure out which is the safest way to go. Up, down, left or right, or should I just go with the flow? I ended up going on the roof to reach to that teleporter. Now I'm onto this place called Communications Array. Now this place is where you find the black pearl to be friends with the scavengers as far as I know. And for me, not knowing anything about this place and just going with my instincts, I thought that this was a mandatory place to go to until I found that this is optional to go. Now for me, being careful with the jumps that I'm doing to get to where I have to go and watch out for any predators, basically people that wanted to hunt me down just to ruin my run. So since I died there, you know what that means, right? I gotta do the same thing all over again. And somehow I clutched this save. This is where things started to fall apart. So right after I found a checkpoint that was right on top of me, I had to use one of those squids as a double jump to this hard platform that I have to leap and make sure that I don't fall. Otherwise, I have to do this entire thing again. I want you guys to look at the gameplay because it speaks for itself. And yeah, that means every time I die, I gotta do that whole thing again. So when I got to the same place that I had to go to, I had to get to the third karma in order to pass by. But luckily I ate some bugs to hibernate just so I can go to the place where I have to go to. Right after I left the squid behind, I finally made it to this place called Farm Arrays, just like what the alien told me to go to. Now, of course, I'm not trying to do the wrong move just so I could keep myself alive and not die instantly just so I can go to the next place and finally beat the game. Like I said, since this is Rain World, I have to eat some bugs just so I can get to the third karma, just so I can pass by through the gate and go back to Farm Arrays. At that point, I was losing my mind and I started to lose faith in myself into thinking that I'm probably not going to beat this game, even though I told myself that I was going to. And just as I thought that this was gonna get any worse, just as I was getting some bugs just so I can eat to get to the third karma, I get this black box saying that my data save file got corrupted, which means that I can no longer play Rain World. Now, I already made videos talking about why I couldn't play Rain World and an update about why I can't play Rain World. Long story short, I emailed the Okupara Games website and one of the people, Joseph, responded to my email, and what he said was that I had to delete my corrupted data in order to play Rain World again. Which means I have to restart from where I had to go back to Sky Islands, which was the part where I was last time before my stream shut down. This could have been the end of the video essay, but no, I'm not going to leave this on a cliffhanger, although technically I am on this video. So it's probably going to take me until Christmas to get back to where I was from Outskirts to Sky Islands because I spent 2 months with this game. But since I learned a lot with my playthrough of Rain World, I could probably get there in like a month, depending on how active I am with the game and how long it's going to take me. I'm sorry that I'm ending this on a cliffhanger, but I had to finally upload this video essay because this has been on hold for months. But at the end of the day, I hope you guys did enjoy this video essay. I've been putting a lot of effort into this, and hopefully I'll get back to where I was, which was Sky Islands, until my data got corrupted.